Xbox One, and today I'll be playing Dragon Age Origins. This is another BioWare game. I happen to be a huge fan of BioWare, and I do plan on making this a bit of a series. I do plan on returning to Resident Evil 2, but I plan on doing that on the weekends when I have a little bit more free time. Today, I'm getting a very late start on streaming today because I was just a little busy. I'm in my senior year of college, you know, so what can you do? Just trying to take all the free time I can get. Hello, hello. So yes, today I am playing Dragon Age Origins. This is one of my favorite games that my dad also introduced me to. I absolutely am in love with this game. I love fantasy RPGs. I love role-playing. And I think the story is absolutely wonderful as well.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead,
yes, college
they
does suck.
destroyed it.
But that's why I'm kind of doing this, and I am grateful to be in college.
They were
Not
cast
too many
out,
people get that
twisted
opportunity.
and cursed by their
But,
own corruption.
I'm making the best of what I got, you know?
They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
I absolutely love that cinematic. I absolutely love this game. My god, I am getting goosebumps because of the nostalgia. This game came out back in 2009, if I'm remembering that right. And oh god, it's just good to play this again. I am going to be playing as a female elf rogue from the Dalish background. The one thing that I love about this game is that it has so many different background options that you can play as. For elves, they get they get 3 backgrounds. If you're playing as a mage, which is a magic user, you automatically get the Circle of Magi, which is a... yeah, it really is like playing D&D. And I do love my fantasy RPGs. But the elves live in the Circle of Magi, which are special towers that are supposed to house and protect mages so they can hone their skills. However, some mages kind of view these towers more as a prison than an actual house where they feel secure. And that actually does play a vaster role in the later series, like in the later games, which I do plan on streaming as well. Dwarves are you typically see them as warriors, and you can play as a dwarf commoner, which means you're going to be castless. You're kind of like a bad, not necessarily a bad guy, no. You're the outcast. You're the lowest on the social pyramids. People kind of tend to ignore you, and you kind of have to resort to your life of crime. Or you can play as a dwarven noble, which is essentially the exact opposite. You're on the top of the food chain, you're next in line for the Dwarven Kingdom, and I'm pretty sure it's your brother that betrays you. And as for the dwarves, they are not allowed to be mages because they live underground. They are exposed to a mineral called lyrium, which mages seem to be able to control very well, and it enhances their magical abilities. And then you can play as, obviously, humans. And again, humans can play as warriors, mages, or rogues. I love playing as a rogues because it's one of my favorite classes to play as. And there's a lot more content if you play as a rogue that will come up later in the game. But if you play as a human, you get the noble background, which can unlock certain responses from other people since your family is so well known and respected, that you actually do get a few extra options that will help you out later on in the game. However, today I am going to be playing as a elf rogue from the Dalish. The Dalish are the elves that believe that they know what it's like to be elven. They try to hold on to their culture, their history, their language. They try to hold on to as much of their old selves as they can. Because the elves used to be immortal. They used to be greatly respected magic users. The magic used to dominate their whole entire society. But then humans came along and destroyed their culture, enslaved them, and stripped them of what it means to be what it means to be Elvish. And the Dalish are trying to reclaim that part of their past. And they're so widespread that no one can really pinpoint what it really means to be Elvish. And there are certain Dalish clans that don't even get along with each other because, again, no one can fully grasp the past events. And then you can play as a city elf. City elves are, again, they're second-class citizens. They live in secluded areas called alienages. Alienages? I don't know how to say that word right. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But they live in small little shanty towns where they are pretty much ignored and or victimized by humans in the society, and they kind of don't know what it is to be Elvish, and they kind of adapt more to human society, and the Dalish would consider them flat ears, as in they gave up. See, it's kind of like a little bumbling. Alright, so then we go to her attributes. Okay. So with attributes, strength dictates how much damage you can give to someone. Dexterity dictates how likely an attack on you is gonna miss or hit. Willpower is mostly important for mages. It kind of determines how much stamina / mana, which if you're a mage, mana would be important for you. You'll have. Magic, again, is kind of like the resistance to magic as well as the ability to do damage with magic. Cunning is extremely important for rogues. It unlocks unique dialogue options, and it kind of goes with your speech skill, in a sense. And then Constitution is how much health you will have. So the key things you want to focus on for rogues is Cunning, Dexterity, Constitution, and Strength. Of course, you also want to put a few powers in willpower. Magic you kind of don't want to touch as much because, again, it doesn't really affect you as a non-magic user. So I'm going to bring the Cunning up to 16, Dexterity up to 15, and the last two will go into Constitution. And see right here, I can already unlock one of the first skills in speech, which is Coercion. You want to max out this skill as soon as possible. Oh, see, even with 16, I can automatically get, you know, all the way up to the 5th level once I meet the other requirements. So you want to get Coercion up as fast as possible whenever you are trying to make a speech build character. Stealing is also very effective, especially since you are a rogue. Stealing, you can kind of pickpocket from some of the NPCs in towns. They'll give you random items, mostly low-tier items, and sometimes money. But it's not too great, but it's not too bad either. I kind of think it's more of a role-playing aspect than an actual game mechanic. Trap making is sort of useful. I've never really gone into the traps before, but there's a couple of things that you can build. There's a couple of traps that you can create. You can also make bombs and throwable explosives that can kind of help in battle. But again, I've been in the game so many times that I really never bothered with trap making. Survival kind of just tells you where enemies are nearby. And it kind of if a character is using stealth, survival can also help you determine or discover them quicker. Herbalism, there's going to be a character later on in the game that actually has practically a maxed out herbalism, so I don't worry about this too much. But it's creating potions or what are they called? Potions or other positive items. Poisons is the exact opposite. Oh, that's the one that you can use to make grenades and explosives. Okay. So poison, again, is the exact opposite. You just make different types of poisons that you can put on your blades. And the higher it is, the more effective the poison is. And the more, I guess, effective it is. Again, I've never bothered with poison. I've never really bothered with herbalism. The only one I majorly bothered with was Coercion and combat training. Because combat training, it's kind of like a roll of the dice kind of thing. How combat works. Excuse me. So the higher this is, the more likelihood you are of hitting your targets. But again, I'm gonna go with Coercion because that skill is drastically important to me. Again, for rogues, if you're building a stealth build, which is very plausible, then stealth is definitely a skill worth investing in, because you can stealth in the middle of combat when your skill is high enough, and you can do sneak attacks, which will do critical damage onto enemies. But I'm going to stick with Deft Hands for right now because there is a lot of locks in the game, and trust me, being able to unlock them is very important. I will also go with... I've never really done an archery build before, but I'm not really interested in it. I'm going to go with dual weapons, because I like to be up and close with combat. So I'm going to do dual sweep because at first it's actually very what's it called? Powerful and early on in the game, but it will kind of lose its momentum as the game goes on. Alright, so I'm going to do hard because I have played this game enough and I am somewhat confident in my abilities that I will not mess up too badly.
You were born amidst the Dalish elves, noble wanderers who refused to join the society of humans that subjugated their homeland so long ago. The Dalish travel the land in tightly knit clans, struggling to maintain their half-forgotten law in a human world that fears and despises them. You spend your time hunting with your clanmate Tamlin in the forests, and as is sometimes the case, your quarry is not always the local wildlife.
It's a
I'm also
Dalish!
sorry that it took
And you
roughly
three are somewhere
20
you
minutes
shouldn't be.
or so to create
Let
this
us
character.
pass, Elf. You have no right to stop us.
No? We will see about that, won't we? You're just in time. I found these humans lurking in the bushes. Bandits, no doubt.
We aren't bandits, I swear. Please don't hurt us.
You Shemlin are pathetic. It's hard to believe you ever drove us from our homeland.
We've never done nothing to you, Dalish. We didn't even know this forest was yours.
This forest isn't ours, fool. You've stumbled too close to our camp. You Shems are like vermin. We can't trust you not to make mischief. What do you say, Lethalon? What should we do with him?
Alright, and Lethalon is kind of like Elven for youngling or child, or just... It's kind of like a little bit of a pet name. And as you can tell, there is a lot of hostility between elves and... Again, that is because humans drove them from their lands and pretty much got rid of their culture for them. In this case, my Lethalon, I don't think she would necessarily want to risk killing the humans when her camp is so close by, because she doesn't want any more trouble with humans. So, well, first let's find out what they're doing
Matter?
here.
Hunting or banditry, we'll need to move camp if we let them live.
Look, we didn't come here to be trouble. We just found a cave.
Yes, a cave. With ruins like I've never seen. We thought there might be,
Treasure? So you're more akin to thieves than actual bandits.
Let's see. I kind of want proof that there was actually ruins. Based off of the information provided, their camp has been set up for a while, so they probably do know the woods. They probably seen caves, but they probably never seen ruins. So let's call them out.
I have proof. Here, we found this just inside the entrance.
This stone has carvings.
Oh yes, there are
Elvish?
definitely paths that
Written
you can take
Elvish?
that can make your character
There's
evil
more
or
in the
good.
ruins.
I can
We
actually
didn't
point
get very
out
far
a
in,
lot
though.
of different things that you can do. As a matter of fact, at the end of this confrontation, you can actually kill one of them as a warning, as you've seen earlier. So let's see. But yes, you can definitely be an evil character. You can go around slaughtering anyone that so much as says hi to you. And I will point out, I don't think I'm gonna do it for this playthrough. However, it would be entertaining. But I will point out the various times that you can actually end up killing someone just to kill them. But yeah, how do you know it's Elvish?
I've seen
Tamlin?
something similar on the Keeper's scrolls. And this is all you found? Why didn't you look for more?
There was a demon. It was huge with black eyes. Thank the Maker we were able to outrun it.
A demon. Where is this cave?
Just off the west, I think. There's a cave in the rock face and a huge hole just inside.
Well, do you trust them? Shall we let them go?
Oh yeah, you can actually go out and kill them all. So just to kind of, you know what? I know I'm gonna contradict myself here, but just to kind of prove that you can really do anything you want, yeah, we're gonna kill one, and the others will, and we're gonna kill one as a warning.
No, wait! You can't do this!
Well, shall we see if there's any truth to this story? These carvings make me curious.
Let's see. Again, we kind of just slaughtered a human, so I don't think informing the keeper will be a good idea. So yeah, you know, let's be two little elves and go exploring
And
the
if we find
cave.
anything, the Keeper will want to know.
Yeah, sorry, dude. You're kind of just wrong place, wrong time. Yep. Alright, so the controls are a bit wonky because, again, this game was made a long time ago, back in 2009, again, if my information is correct.
I was hoping for something more
And it's, again, the combat is a little turn-based RPG, kind of like.
How amusing!
There we go. So yeah, you get different skills that are attached to different button prompts, like dual wield swipe is Y, which I can do at any time. And again, that is actually a very powerful skill early on in the game, but as the enemies level up, they will be kind of harder to, it'll be less effective. And the thing that I did with the wolf, where I wiped my hand, was Dirty Fighting. It's described that you pick up dirt and you throw it into the character or into the enemy's eyes, and it stuns them for a little bit. So yeah, this kind of reminds me of Fable. Yeah, I love Fable. I actually have Fable, the original, like the Xbox original game, in my collection. If I can stream that, I definitely will, because it's been forever since I played it, and I would love to play that again. So interacting with the world, you actually find different codexes. I just switched characters. There, that's what I'm looking for. So this little wheel can give you to different prompts, like your inventory, your potions, which we have poultices, 3 lesser poultices. Since I'm a rogue, I automatically get poison making as a skill. But again, it's one of those things that I never bothered with. Advance. This kind of, you get different weapon sets. Like I can switch. You get 2 weapon sets. So if I go to my inventory and I hit start, I equipped a second. I got this because I've beaten some of the DLC, so just ignore this for now. But I get different. I can have a different weapon set. Like this is for close combat, and this can be for long range. And again, I've beaten this game so many times, so I get some special gear. I am not going to worry about it right now. So these are the different things. Like the Elven Artifact is a key item, which is a small stone statue of a woman with antlers like a hala. Let's see, yeah. Yeah, I think it would be really cool. Because I've played Fable so many times. I still remember it to this day. And I love playing as a will user in Fable. So yeah, and if you haven't noticed, my character is indeed bloody because we did participate in combat, and blood splatter will get onto your character. Or first log chest. Again, since I am a rogue and since I picked Daft Hands, I am able to unlock it to get 5 copper pieces. Yep. And again, interacting with the world gives you different codex entries and different backgrounds. I never even checked the codexes, did I? The forest, and here's the codexes. This is pretty much your own personal background story. Oh, this is the quest. So yeah, why did I do that? Alright, so these are the quests, completed quests, codexes. So far we got the Hala, which... The Hala are like the Dalish livestock. They use them for traveling. They're kind of like the equivalent to the humans' horses, in a way. They are used to pull the caravans when need be. They are used for grazing. I do not think the Elvish eat them because they value the Hala as sacred to their culture. And of course, the wolves are like one of our first common enemies that we will fight. Let's see. So yeah, again, just a little bit of background in case you wanted to read it. Sometimes this is a DLC, so it'll come up later. So yeah. Okay, so going back onto the main quest. And here you can also collect different alchemical ingredients throughout the world. Like that was elf root, which is used for different potions, healing potions. Also, take note of this flower. It will come useful later on. You can't do anything with it right now. Deep mushroom is another alchemical ingredient.
This must be the cave. I don't recall seeing this before, do you?
Yeah, I think we should play it cautious right now. So no, and that worries me.
Always the
be wary.
careful one. Fine. But I'm not running back until I know there's something worth making a fuss over. Come on, let's at least see what's there. How dangerous could it be?
Famous last words, Tamlin.
Come on already, let's look for this cave. They said it was to the west.
So let's go into this big cave.
It looks like the Shem was telling the truth. But these ruins look more human than elven.
That sure is mysterious. Also, now I kind of feel bad for killing that guy. Yes, I just grabbed a dagger. I'm sorry, Tamlin, I did not mean to upskirt you. Yes, I just grabbed a dagger from that high up, because my character has mad jumping skills. Oh, I hate spiders. Okay, so with spiders, you don't want to get close to them because they have a ability called Overwhelm, and you do not want to do that ability because it can actually kill you relatively quickly. Tamlin. Okay. I don't think these spiders can do it early on because Overwhelm again is cool stuff. Again, Overwhelm is a very overpowered attack that the spiders can do.
It's done, naturally.
And it really does devastate your character. Let's see. That was a axe, which I don't think I have enough strength. Yep, not enough strength. But these daggers I think are the same. Yeah, they're the same regardless, so I'm just going to keep my current equipment. More spiders?
This place makes me nervous.
Let's see. So talk. If it'll calm you down.
I suppose so. Hey, weren't you supposed to be assisting Master Verathorn today? How did you end up coming with me?
So that's one of the things I like about this game is you can actually talk to your party members while they're in your party. That feature unfortunately kind of loses itself in later games, and it's also not seen in in other BioWare games. Like you couldn't do this in Mass Effect, you couldn't do this in Dragon Age 2 or Inquisition. You would only be able to talk to them if they were at your camp and or base, depending on what the game that you're talking about. And all of these can definitely give you a different idea of your character. So I got out of it. I prefer to hunt. So kind of gives you a bit of your character's more interested in doing violent tasks, I guess, such as hunting and or combat training stuff. Or me, I get away from camp wherever I want. It kind of like separates you from the camp, which maybe you don't like camp life, or maybe you don't feel like you fit in as much. This one is kind of flirtatious, and it kind of hints that there is certain feelings that you have for this character. And this one's kind of like the douche move, the whole, actually, this is kind of a punishment hanging out with you. I do like Tamlin in a way. I think he's a bit hot-headed, but he's a nice character, and obviously him and our character have a lot of history together.
That might be the case. I'm glad. Let's just find whatever's here and get out. We can talk later.
And it would seem that those feelings were mutual. Giant speeders.
Trap. So simple to see, really.
Oh! There we go. So yeah, I activated a trap, and I'm about to die.
And I'm off. I'm off.
Time for a little.
No, Tamlin, anytime you can help.
If you
Oh!
insist.
Tamlin's not built for warrior combat. Okay, that's why he's not helping us.
That won't stop me.
Use a bow and arrow to do better than that. Ah, there it is, overwhelmed. See? So my character is probably gonna die from this. Okay, no. But I'm about to die. And they win. So yeah, overwhelm is a very scary move that the spiders can do. Deep mushroom that you want to avoid. Let's see, more cocoon webbings, Darmisu, or Damisu. Not sure how to really pronounce that. Oh, and I didn't realize I just unlocked this door. So yeah, being a rogue really does have its advantages. Let's see.
I can't believe this. You recognize this statue, don't you?
Sure,
Back
why
when our
not?
people lived in Arlathan, statues like these honored the creators. When the Shems enslaved us, much of that lore was lost. This looks like human architecture, with a statue of our people. Can these ruins date back to the time of Arlathan?
Again, these choices kind of depict a bit of what your character is going to be like. Like, if you're a bit of a straight-to-the-point kind of person, then yeah, this isn't really the time or place for a history lesson. If you're the type of person that really wants to know or care about being an elf, then yeah, you would probably say, like, you know, it's interesting so much of our past really is lost. Or this one is kind of like dismissive of it. We're nowhere near Arlathans. This proves nothing. And this one's kind of like the whole, you're interested, but you really want to get back on the task at hand. But I feel like my character is going to be one of those elfy elves, you know, want to reclaim your history, want to prove, you know, what it means to be an elf. So yeah, it's interesting. You know, but so much of our past is
I'd never
lost.
have guessed ancient elves might have lived here. With humans.
And I really hope you can see this, but obvious trap is obvious, but unfortunately I don't have high enough survival skill to detect it. Or it's not, it's dexterity. Dexterity is what detects traps. So yeah, I don't have high enough dexterity. And Tamlin, of course, triggered the trap.
Yes.
Okay, so definitely might die.
This place is haunted.
You don't say. The giant spiders weren't enough? Okay, great sword, equipment. Ah, health poultice. Definitely what we need. Can I happen to make... Oh no, I don't have herbalism. Okay. Already triggered the trap, so might as well. I'm going to save it real quick because the game has been fairly difficult and I really don't want to restart this. But you remember how they said that there were demons in this cave? Well... Oh! I forgot there was an autosave right here. Yep, stun you ASAP.
Nice try.
By the creators.
Okay, that was...
What was that thing?
Okay, that actually was not as bad as I was hoping. Topaz. Nice little selling thing. Let's see, anything else? Sarcophagus. Let us deface the dead. Split mail and Dalish leather belt. Alright, so we could go up here. Something glowing in
You
the
aren't going
distance.
to leave without taking a closer look at the mirror, are you?
I really don't trust
It
it.
sat here for who knows how many centuries? What could be so dangerous? Don't worry, I won't break it. I wonder what this writing is for. Maybe this isn't... Hey, did you see that? I think something moved inside the mirror.
Yeah, if you're seeing things inside the mirror, then you should probably get away from it, Tamlin.
Hold on, I just want to know what it is. Don't you see it? There it is again. Can you feel that? I think it knows we're here. I just need to take a closer look.
No, you don't.
It's showing me places. I can see some kind of city. Underground. And there's a great blackness. It saw me! Help! I can't look away!
Can you hear me? I am very sorry.
You're awake. You've the god's own luck, Lethalon. You're back at camp. Everyone is worried sick about you. How do you feel?
How did I get here?
Hashem brought you back 2 days ago. You don't remember him?
Should we admit that we killed someone? Wait, I've been out here. I've been asleep for 2 days.
He was a Grey Warden and appeared out of nowhere with you slung over his shoulder. You were delirious with fever. He said that he found you outside a cave in the forest, unconscious and alone. He left you here and ran off again. The Keeper's been using the old magic to heal you.
By the way, Shemlin is just the elven word or slang for human. So if an elf calls someone a Shem, it's just pretty much calling them human. Is there anyone looking for Tamlin?
Most of the hunters are off looking for him right now. But the Keeper wanted to talk to you as soon as you awoke. Stay here. I'll get her.
I see you are awake, Dalan. It is fortunate Duncan found you when he did. I know not what dark power held you, but it nearly bled the life from you. It was difficult even for my magic to keep you alive.
And the Keeper is the leader of our clans. They are the ones that are entrusted with the old magics, the old elven rituals. They are the wisest and most powerful members of the clan, and they are usually, they are always typically mages. There has never really been a Keeper that is not a mage. Let's see. I kept telling Tamlin that we should come back. Not really. We kind of encouraged it. You know what? If I was sick, then, you know, Tamlin could be just as
If he
sick.
encountered the same thing you did? Yes. The Grey Warden said he found you alone outside a cave, already stricken. Duncan thought there may have been darkspawn creatures inside the cave. Is that true?
Darkspawn? I didn't see any. There were walking corpses and other strange monsters.
Walking corpses? Dark magic, but not darkspawn. I know not what the other creatures might have been. What else did you find? What is the last thing you remember?
A mirror, and Tamlin touched it.
And it caused all this? I have never heard of such a thing in all the lore we have collected. I was hoping for answers when you woke, but there are only more questions. And Tamlin remains missing. He is more important than any lore in these ruins. If he is as sick as you were, his condition is grave. Duncan returned to the cave to search for Darkspawn, but we cannot rely on him to look for Tamlin as well. We must go ourselves, and quickly. Do you feel well enough to show us the way, Dalish? Without you, we will not find it.
I am, Keeper.
I am
feel fine.
relieved to hear it. I am ordering the clan to pack the camp so we can go north. Take Merrill with you to the cave. Find Tamlin if you can, but do it swiftly.
Let's see. Take Merrill to the caves and find Tamlin. I understand. Or...
Go quickly, for Tamlin's life hangs in the balance.
Pray for me, Keeper. Alright, so we did get a level up. These specialization points will come in handy later. You can only select 2 in the base game. So they each have their different skill trees and their own unique abilities. But we'll get into more of that later. Alright, so again, I will add 1 point into strength for now. I don't really need to add any more into cunning, so I might do more into constitution since my health pool is low, and more into dexterity. Let's see, and already I can take improved corrosion, which is already halfway up the tree, so you know what, I'm going to. And as for another skill, let's see, I need to have 18 in dexterity plus improved combat training, which I should probably go through now. So yeah, before I can get any of these, I need to have improved combat training, so I've got to focus on that too when that comes up. I think I will do stealth because that is actually a really good skill to have as a rogue. Also, I don't know if it's hard to tell, if it's hard to see, but the little icon, the little shadow icon when I do this, this is a this is a an active skill, so it's an active effect that will stay active on me so long as I do it. And when I turn it off, it'll obviously need to recharge, but it's pretty much a thing that you can toggle on and off. So we're gonna go ahead and collect some lore. That's not a book, this is a bush. But why not? I'll take 6 copper.
Success! Are you daft?
Okay. Oh, requires a key, okay.
Moving on.
Yeah, so these are like our little land ships or our caravan supply stuff. Dalish are nomadic in culture. They move around from place to place. They usually have preferred camping grounds that they can migrate back to, but they tend to not stay in one place for too long because of the risk of humans. Let's see, we're just getting all the background lore, and I'm snatching. Oh, scroll. So yeah, I'm not really gonna look into all of these codex entries, but I do like getting them because it also increases your experience points. Okay. Also, the Dalish are polytheistic. They have many different gods of worship that they pray to.
Is Tamlin dead? Everybody says he's not coming back.
Oh, they're so cute at that age. Let's see. I know the Keeper said to go find Tamlin, but, you know, looting the camp of all of its goodies is more important to me. Payavel?
So you have returned to us, Dalish. We are grateful you are whole and well.
Let's see, the Shemlin are responsible for this. I'm glad to be here as well. Sure, old man. I'm glad to be here as well.
So you should be. What were you two thinking, wandering into that cave without first coming to tell the Keeper?
You're right. We should have come back
I
first.
suppose your youth can be forgiven. Sadly, Tamlin pays the price. Losing you would be a terrible crime, Dalen. You belong to more than just yourself, or do you not remember?
The clan kind of considers itself a family, you know. So losing one member is like literally losing someone who is a part of your family. So I am sorry, and it's really nice that they worry about me.
Would you even know the reason behind your efforts? I wonder. Let us tell these children of the fall of the Dales. You can honor me by sharing in the telling.
So this is more of like to help you get the backstory of things. So
Come
yeah,
then.
let's do it. Let's learn more
Help
about
me
the Dales.
as I go along. Children, hear of the fall of the Dales. Hear the tale of what makes you Dalish. Would you care to begin, Dalen?
Well, children, it starts with a mommy and daddy elf now. Although I do like that option. No, long ago we were slaves to the humans.
Slaves to a terrible empire the humans built on the darkest magic. When it fell, we became free. We built a homeland in the Dales, worshipping the creators, and rebuilding the culture and history we lost in our long years of slavery.
I just love the sarcastic responses that she can do. Let's see. And again, if you don't really know the next part, or if you don't feel like actually saying it, then he'll just continue on with the story. But it's true, the humans just wouldn't let us be.
They were resentful because we would not worship their gods, and because we put our people first. Over the years, their nations grew cold toward the Dales. In their eyes, we were blasphemers and cruel tyrants.
Let's see. Oh, God. Then the humans declared war on the Dales.
And so the Dales fell. They took our lands and dispersed our people, forcing us to live in their cities and abandon our gods. But many of us refused to relinquish our ways. We instead chose to scatter to the winds, wandering the lands.
We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule. Not to mention the Shemlin city smelled terrible. Oh God, I
To
can't.
survive and preserve our culture, the clans stay apart until the day the Elvenan have a homeland once more.
We shall return the old ways to those who have
We
lost
are
them.
the Dalish, keepers of the lost lore, walkers of the lonely path.
We are the last Elivian. Never again shall we submit.
Thank you for your forbearance, Dalen. You remember both the tale and the oath of the Dales perfectly. I will let you get back to your tasks. I pray you find Tamlin quickly.
I would go through all these options, but it is getting pretty late,
path,
so I'm
Dalen.
going to try to go through this a little quickly. Let's see. Where were they again? Where were the people practicing with a bow? I just saw them. Oh, they're down here. There's one reason why I kind of specifically chose the Elvish origin for Dragon Age Origins, but that will come. I know I keep saying it'll come later, but it does. Hello, Paul?
Ah, it's good you're well. You weren't here when Paul arrived, were you?
I've heard of you. Everyone is talking about you and the other missing hunter. A Grey Warden brought you back here.
You're not Dalish, are you?
Not obvious, is it? I just found your camp a couple of days ago. A lucky thing. I heard rumors in a nearby human village that a Dalish camp was close, and I hope to find your hunters in the forest.
You were fortunate I didn't shoot you, Paul. I thought you were a Shem, and a bandit at that. You're not the first city elf to rejoin his people. I'm sure you'll find life among us more satisfying than with the Shems, if no less harsh.
In the alienage, we hear terrible stories about the Dalish. They aren't true, right?
Only the parts where we sacrifice young elves to the gods. Let's see. I could be nice and say you have nothing to worry about, Paul, but realistically speaking, prove yourself useful, and the clan will be your home. Which is true. You got to pull your weight around the clan.
I'll do my best. I hope we find your missing friend very soon.
You'll be fine, Paul. Don't worry. Let's see. I could get a slightly unique artifact from Elen, but I don't really have the time for all of that. I could also get more backstory on the Hala, but again, all of it's just like backstory. There is one specific thing that I do want to do before going out to find Tamlin, which I'm pretty sure it's her that I need to talk to.
Why did the keeper call for a move so early? We were not expecting to leave for weeks.
Where is the old lady? There's like a specific character that oh, she's down here. I remember now, she's down here. It's a unique item that...
Success.
Again, just taking everything. Ashale.
The creators, it is so good to see you whole and well. I was so worried.
Anath Ara, Ashal. It's good to see you too.
All that time you were ill, the Keeper didn't know if you were going to live or die. I've been outside the Keeper's tent the whole time. I have never been so relieved as when I heard you would pull through. What happened? Everyone says Tamlin may be dead.
He's missing. That's all we know right now.
That's awful. I know how much you and the lad care for each other. It was always my hope that you two... Well, let's not dwell on it. You must be more careful. Your mother and father, may they rest in peace, would be horrified to see you take such risks.
You've never spoken of my parents much, Ashale.
What happened to them is a sad tale, and it's in the past. Reopening old wounds benefits no one.
Don't we Dalish strive to learn from our
True.
past?
Perhaps you're old enough to hear this, though it hardly seems like the right time.
Is there ever
Very
a good
well.
time?
If I do not tell you now, you'll only wonder. Your mother was a hunter, one of the finest, and your father was the keeper before Marathari. He was with us for a very long time. Your mother was from another clan, and her elders did not approve of the match. She and your father had to meet in secret. One day, bandits caught them alone in the forest. Your father was killed, but your mother escaped.
Humans killed my father? That would actually be quite the revelation.
Yes, but also city elves, too. Those of our kind living with humans do not hold to the old ways. Your mother held to life long enough to give birth to you. But grief racked her heart. One night she simply walked into the moonlight and never returned.
My mother abandoned me?
She just couldn't carry on without your father. The clan decided not to discuss this around you, lest it poison your heart with sadness.
No, I understand.
Our people have learned to live with much sorrow. It seemed only right that we not dwell on it. Your mother did leave you a gift. Something of your father's for you to have once you are older. Perhaps the time has come.
Oh? Where is it?
Take this key. You'll see some chests behind the storage Aravel by the Halapen. One of them was your mother's. Its contents are yours if you wish.
So yeah, it's good to get a little bit of backstory on your character, you know, whenever you can. So, my father used to be the keeper of this clan, which makes Marathari his first. his apprentice, essentially.
Over with.
As for your axe, an heirloom necklace. Oh, wrong button. So the heirloom necklace. A necklace made up of hundreds of wooden beads, each carved into the shape of an animal. Deer, hawks, wolves, and rabbits chase each other across its length. And it gives you a plus 10% spirit damage resistance, which is not too bad early on. Sure, why not? We'll also put that on. I don't want to use the DLC items right now because it's a little OP for me. Alright, so before we go meet the first, Fenrel.
Is the Keeper sending you back to that cave to look for Tamlin?
Yes, I'm going with
I want to go with you. Keeper Marathari probably won't approve, but I can help find Tamlin.
It's too dangerous.
Tamlin's my friend too. I want to help find him. If Meryl can risk it, so can I.
I suppose I won't
Good.
stop you then.
I'll follow you, just to make sure Meryl doesn't go running to the Keeper when you tell her I'm coming.
Well, I do believe that we should at least tell her.
I see you have not left with Meryl yet. Is there something you need?
I want to bring Fenrel with us to the
Fenrel?
cave.
Are you certain? I'm already putting Meryl at risk. I don't want to lose you too.
I want to help Keeper. If we can find Tamlin, it's worth the risk.
Very well then. You have my permission. And thank you for asking for it.
Again, the Elvish clan it's kind of like a big family, you know? And the Keeper is like the parent, the matriarch / patriarch of the family. They want to make sure all of their children is protected. And when one of us is suffering, they all suffer. And here is Meryl.
The Keeper told me I'm to accompany you back to those caves. As her apprentice, I may see something you missed. But our main objective is to find Tamlin, of course. We must make haste. He may not have much time.
Fenrel is coming with us. Any objections?
That depends on the Keeper. I thought we're supposed to go alone.
I say he comes. No, the Keeper's fine with it.
That's good enough for me. Now, are we ready?
Aren't you worried about getting
A
sick?
little, but the Keeper cured you. How dangerous could it be? Even if I get sick, finding Tamlin or something valuable will be worth it.
Let's see.
And let us
go.
make haste while daylight lasts.
Yep, so kind of getting past the boring bits. We are now getting back into the action.
Look there! Monsters!
And these are the Darkspawn. These are the big baddies that we'll be facing throughout the game. Alright, so you probably saw the...
Were those Darkspawn?
I don't
I've never
know.
seen anything like them. You can smell the evil on them. Where did they come from? Were they here before?
Maybe the mirror has something
What
to do
would
with it.
Darkspawn have to do with our people? The stories say our Lathan fell long before the Darkspawn appeared. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Let's hope we don't find any more of these monsters. Before we go, are you all right? Were you hurt during the fight?
I mean, I did take an arrow to the shoulder. I'm fine. What do you ask?
You look quite pale now that Meryl's mentioned it.
It's just the exertion.
Well, I'll keep an eye on you. You've only just recovered from your illness. But let's not think of that now. We should move on.
Alright, so you may have already noticed that in Meryl's little circle, how she has a blue bar instead of a yellowy golden bar. That is because she is a mage. And wow, she actually has some pretty decent spells. Like, Flaming weapons? Yes, please. Alright, she has the ability to enchant our weapons with fire aspects, which will come in handy. But she is a mage, which means she can do magic. She can cast long-range spells, which will be very beneficial to the game, or to the party for right now. You want to at least have a mage.
Camp this is. Do you remember it being here?
Maybe it belongs to the Shemlin who found me. No, this wasn't here. It's fresh.
The Grey Warden said he was returning to the cave. Perhaps this is his camp. If so, he's not here now. And we've seen no sign of Tamlin. Maybe we should... Wait. Do you hear that?
No forest creatures. It's too quiet.
Exactly. The forest is too... still. Something's in the air. Something unnatural.
Tamlin said the same. Tamlin said he felt the same thing in the
Now
cave.
it's affecting the forest? Maybe that mirror unleashed some kind of sickness. That would not be good.
That's an understatement.
The sooner we find this cave and Tamlin, the sooner we can leave. Take us there quickly.
Well, you're gonna have to wait until we kill these things. Alright, long range guys you want to get quickly. Alright, so as I was trying to say before the cutscene triggered, to have a balanced party, you want to have at least one rogue, one warrior, and one mage. Now, the max number of party members you're allowed to have is 3, so a total of 4 including yourself. You want to at least try to have one of each class. I think for optimal fighting, you want to have 1 mage, 2 rogues, and a warrior, and at least one of those rogues to be long distance, because if you have 2 people on rage and 2 people on front lines, it'll definitely benefit in combat. Let's see. Oh, dead things.
So these are the ruins. Interesting. They're definitely of human origin, yet elven artifacts are scattered amongst them. Nothing explains the monsters, though. But we must find Tamlin, or what's left of him. I can't imagine he's still alive with those creatures about.
Don't talk like that.
You're
You
right.
don't know.
We should explore farther before I go on about my fears. I'm sorry.
Just please no more spiders.
Looks like we're going to have to do some fighting.
And I'm on. Yes.
You bit off more than you can chew!
And I'm on.
Come on, okay, there we go. I'll take both of those. And I'll take that malachite.
It's done, naturally. Don't look now. Trap. So simple to see, really.
Yep, this is why you want a rogue. Bam, bam, bam. Oh, they have their own mage. So, in this case, you want to take out the magic user first. And that's why.
We did well!
Yes, another level up. Alright, so in combat, if there's ever a mage, you want to take them out first because, again, mages can benefit the party. That also includes the enemies. They are able to cast area of effect spells. They're able to enhance their party's abilities. So you really want to take out the mage first, followed by any ranged attackers. Let's see. So, strength measures the character's physical powers, directly affecting the damage the character deals in physical combat. Yes, I'm gonna increase their strength. I'm gonna increase her strength a lot more because she keeps missing her attacks. I am also gonna get dual striking when this mode is activated. Let's see, cause more damage, but the character cannot inflict regular critical hits or backstabs. So there's pros and cons to both. Let's see, the character becomes more proficient fighting with two-handed weapons. Now deals closer to normal damage. Bonus with the... Actually, I think I'm gonna go with the dual-handed training. Even passive skills, like passive skills meaning that they're more aligned towards you, it still has a benefit in its own sense. Dang, he is just cleaning house. But of course he left a few more for us to kill, because he can't get them all, clearly.
So you were the one fighting Darkspawn. I thought I heard combat. You're the elf I found wandering the forest, aren't you? I'm surprised you have recovered.
If you heard fighting, why didn't you help?
I would have, had I not been battling them myself. Not all the kills here were yours, as you can see. My name is Duncan, and it's a pleasure to finally meet you. The last time we spoke, you were barely conscious.
And Darana Tishan, Duncan of the Grey Wardens. I am Meryl, the Keeper's apprentice.
And I am Fenarel. Did you come here alone, human? Battling all those creatures?
Yes, though I must admit you took a great deal of pressure off me. Your keeper did not send you after me, did she? I told her I would be in no danger.
We're looking for a brother, Tamlin.
So you and your friend Tamlin both entered this cave, and you saw this mirror?
Yes, Tamlin touched the mirror and I blacked out.
I see. That's unfortunate. The Grey Wardens have seen artifacts like this mirror before. It is Tevinter in origin, used for communication. Over time, some of them simply break. They become filled with the same taint as the Darkspawn. Tamlin's touch must have released it. It's what made you sick. And Tamlin too, I presume.
So it's true. I had the Darkspawn plague.
You have it still, and it will infect others so long as this mirror exists. Your recovery is only temporary. I can sense the sickness in you, and it is spreading. Look inside yourself, and you will see.
Then, what should I do?
First, we deal with the mirror. It is a pestilence and a threat. It is done. Now let's leave this cursed place. I must speak with the Keeper immediately regarding your cure.
What about Tamlin?
There is nothing we can do.
I'm still alive. He could be too.
Let me be very clear. There is nothing you can do for him. He's been tainted for 3 days now, unaided. Through your Keeper's healing arts and your own willpower, you did not die, but Tamlin has no chance. Trust me when I say that he is gone. Now we should return.
There at least be a body?
The Darkspawn would have taken it.
Why would they take his body? Not to eat it, I hope.
Darkspawn are evil creatures, and it's best to leave it at that. I'm sorry.
Can we just leave the cave like this?
With the mirror destroyed, I doubt the Darkspawn will return.
Can we return later and search through the ruins? We could learn from many things here besides the mirror.
The cave is not safe. Everything here was exposed to the mirror's taint. If your people must come here, they should cleanse it with fire.
Very well. Let's go back to...
I sense no other Darkspawn nearby, so it's safe. Lead on.
I'm relieved you have returned. And I did not expect to see you again so soon, Duncan.
I was not expecting to return so soon either, Keeper.
Dare I ask of Tamlin? What did you find of him?
The Grey Warden says we will find
I
nothing.
see. Meryl, what about the mirror? Did you bring anything back?
I can answer that, Keeper. I destroyed the mirror.
I intended to use it to find a cure for this mysterious illness. I trust you had good reasons for your actions.
Now, there is much to discuss, Keeper. I have learned a great deal since I was last here.
Let us speak privately within my Aravel, then, Duncan. Meryl, warn the hunters. If Darkspawn are about, I want the clan prepared.
Manuvinen, Keeper. Right away.
Dalen, allow me some time to speak with Duncan. Seek us out at my Aravel later, and we can discuss your cure.
Very well,
Tell Haran
Keeper.
Pyvel what has occurred. He now has the sad task of preparing a service for the dead. Follow me, Duncan. I'm eager to hear what you have to say.
Alright, so this is kind of like a second chance kind of thing to where you can collect anything you may have missed before searching the woods with Meryl and Fenrel if he joined you. But I'm pretty sure I've cleaned out the camp. So let's just
So you return
continue
with
on.
the Grey Warden, but without Tamlin. What happened, Dalen? Is he truly lost to us?
The Grey Warden says he is, but I'm not sure.
Even if he's not, we must leave soon. To think I'd live to see this. It seems the will of the creators that I sing the dirge for those I held in my arms as babes. I think I know why our immortal ancestors would sleep. Swiftly do stars burn a path across the sky, hastening to place one last kiss upon your eye. Tenderly land enfolds you in slumber, softening the rolling thunder. Dagger now sheathed, bow no longer tense. During this, your last hour, only silence.
The Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare. No, will you prepare a service for Tamlin, please?
Of course. We've no body to return to the soil, but we shall still sing for Tamlin. The creators must come to guide him to the beyond. Tell the Keeper it shall be done before the clan is ready to move on.
Thank you.
I ask only one thing, if I may. This Grey Warden. You have met him now, yes? Is he a good man?
He seems honorable for a Shemlin.
Interesting. What is it he talks to the Keeper about, I wonder? Perhaps you should go and ask.
I should go.
May the gods guide your path, Dalen.
Your Keeper and I have spoken, and we've come to an arrangement that concerns you. My order is in need of help. You are in need of a cure. When I leave, I hope you will join me. You would make an excellent Grey Warden.
I am to become a Grey Warden
Yes,
keeper?
Dalish. Your life depends on it.
The Darkspawn taint courses through your veins. That you recovered at all is remarkable. But eventually the taint will sicken and kill you, or worse. The Grey Wardens can prevent that, but it means joining us.
Will I be able to return to my clan?
We do not know. But we could not watch you suffer. The Grey Warden offers you a way to survive.
This is not simply charity on my part. I would not offer this if I did not think you had the makings of a Grey Warden. Let me be clear. You will likely never return here. We go to fight the Darkspawn, a battle that will take us far from your clan. But we need you, and others like you.
I am honored by your offer.
A great army of Darkspawn gathers in the south. A new blight threatens the land. We cannot outrun this storm. Long ago, the Dalish agreed to aid the Grey Wardens against a blight should that day arrive. We must honor that agreement. It breaks my heart to send you away, as it would to watch you die slowly from this sickness. This is your duty and your salvation.
Then I accept this privilege, Duncan, if you'll have me.
I welcome you to the Order. It is rare to have a Dalish amongst us, but they have always served with distinction.
I know you'll do your clan proud, Dalish. Take this ring. It is your heritage, and will protect you against the darkness to come.
A valuable gift. So, are you ready to go?
I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral.
We have much ground to cover, but I cannot deny you that. Say your farewells. Then we must be off.
Come then, Dalish. Before the Creators guide you from us, let your clan embrace you one last time.
We will be traveling south through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar, on the edges of the Korkari Wilds. The Tevinter Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here. This blight must be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north, Ferelden will fall.
Ho there, Duncan.
King Kaelan. I didn't expect a
royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is she?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
And here, you can actually go into the whole being the rude. You can be pretty much rude to the person in front of you, who is the human king of Ferelden. Since he is a human king, you can't really give him the same respect if you so choose, since he is not a king to the Elvish people, or a ruler of the Elvish people. But I don't necessarily believe in being aggressive to a human who has done me no wrong. I do believe that humans and elves should get along, and that the past is in the past, and that we should be looking forward. So, I am Lyna, Your Majesty.
Pleased to meet you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. You are Dalish, are you not? I hear your people possess remarkable skill and honor.
It's a bad shame I can't say the same of yours. You know what? I kind of am going to be a little bold, you know. I thought humans considered us dangerous vagrants.
To be fair, your people can be a bit standoffish. Not that I blame them, of course. I tell you this, you are very welcome here. The Grey Wardens will benefit greatly with you amongst them. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe forces could be here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
I didn't realize things were going so well.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled Grey Wardens against a tainted god. But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell, Grey Wardens.
Seems that I've already nailed the Grey Warden salute.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
He doesn't seem to take the Darkspawn very serious.
True. Despite the victory so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
You could if you weren't such a fool. Why not? He seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly.
Yet not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
A hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The joining is what will cure you of the suffering your tainted blood surely brings you. If it had been possible, I would have done it before now.
Why is this ritual so secret?
The joining is dangerous. I cannot speak more of it except to say that you will learn all in good time. Until then, you must trust that what is done is necessary.
Am I the only recruit you have?
No, there are 2 other recruits here already. They have been waiting for us to arrive.
What do you need me to do?
Feel free to explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
Alright, I think I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. It is currently 1 in the morning for me. So thank you for being a part of the stream tonight. I look forward to doing more of this as well. And I hope you are looking forward to seeing more of Lyna and her adventures throughout Ferelden. Thank you guys. I have been X Fox. You have been lovely. And have an awesome night.